Don't look at the camera. Look at those guys.
Okay.
Action.
5, 4, 3. Welcome to Shorts on Sports. I'm your host, Beckett K, and I am being joined by Green Bay Packer, running back number 28 out of Boston College, AJ Dillon.
Wow, thanks for having me on the show. I'm honored.
Welcome. So, I can't say nice to meet you because back in October you took a tour of the club, and then you said later in November you had your fundraiser at the Legacy Hotel that we would get to talk on stage, and you promised me that you would come onto my podcast, and you did that.
I'm a man of my word.
Thank you.
I'm excited. I've been tuning in. I had to go check out some of the past episodes, see what we were working with. I'm sure you got some good questions today.
I do. I'm never disappointed. So, first we're going to talk about your early life.
Okay.
So, growing up, who were your mentors?
Growing up, my mentors, my mom was definitely one of them. My mom raised me. She had me young, and so we did a lot of growing up together. And she taught me a lot about persevering and just kind of hard work and what it really takes to be selfless. And then I also had some really good coaches growing up. My running back coach at Boston College, Brian White, coached at Wisconsin for a while. He coached Ron Dane, Melvin Gordon, I believe, and some really good running backs here. And then he went to Boston College, and he helped me a lot through that college transition and just getting ready to end up here.
Speaking of your mom, when you were 9 years old, about my age, you looked up on a computer how to get a scholarship in college, and you printed it out and put it on your wall, and right after that you told your mom, I'm gonna pay for college. And did you?
I did, and I saw at the time, like I said, she was a very hard worker. She was working 3 jobs. She was a full-time teacher, and then she would bartend, and then she would do like a late night, like another bartending job early into the morning, just to make sure like we had money. She was a single parent growing up. I went to the Boys and Girls Club, and we called it the Drop-In Learning Center, but essentially a Boys and Girls Club in New London, Connecticut. Back in when I was younger, around your age, and I just remember seeing how hard she worked, and I didn't want to add another burden to her. And so at the time, I was like, what can I do as a young kid? What can I actually aspire to do to like really make some money and take that off of her plate? And trying to use football and seeing what I can do with that, and going ahead and getting a scholarship was what I could think of. And one thing led to another, and I ended up obviously paying for my college. And then when I got drafted, I put money away for my little sister's college, so she's all good. No college needs to be paid for from her.
That's a great thing to do, because I don't know anyone that's done that. So for you to be able to do that, that's great. And there's no one out there that can do that. So next question, growing up, what did you want to be?
A lot of different things, but I started off, baseball was my first love, sports. I loved baseball, so growing up in Connecticut, I watched the Yankees all the time, and I wanted to be Alex Rodriguez was my favorite player. I wore 13. My team colors in Little League were blue and white. I was like, I'm going to play for the Yankees. This is it. There's no telling me anything different. And, I'd be out there for days at a time just throwing. I made like a little trampoline back spring, throw the ball, grab it again, playing wall ball by myself. I was an only child until I was 14. My mom had my sister, big age gap, so it was really just me growing up. And baseball. What else did I want to do? I wanted to be an athletic director for a little bit. It was like a random fun thing. I was like, I really want to be the athletic director of Ohio State. It was about the Buckeyes. I knew nothing. I'd never been to the Midwest, but Ohio State, I loved the stickers that they put on the helmet. I was like,
that's cool.
I want to do that.
Yeah, that's like, I've sometimes just thought of the most random things, and I could see you going to Ohio State.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it's in the cards. Who knows?
So, now we're going to talk about your playing career. So No, that you were drafted in the second round with the 62nd pick in the 2020 NFL Draft by the Packers.
Good memory.
Thanks. So, as a Packer, if out of this is your fourth year, out of all 4 years, what was your most memorable game?
My most memorable game thus far, I'd probably go Seattle. We played the Seattle Seahawks here, I want to say, in 2021.
Yep.
And it was lightly snowing. It wasn't a lot of snow, but it was a colder game, and it was just a lot of fun beating those guys. I wasn't a part of the team that lost to Seattle. I think either they beat or lost Seattle, but they played Seattle like a year before I got here. I can't remember if they lost or won, but I knew there was some bad blood.
They lost because they were up by 15 at halftime.
Yeah, just tough way to go. But I remember it being a big deal for everybody who was still on that team, and I was like, all right, well, I want to win this for everybody, or be a part of this win for everybody. And I had some good runs, a good catch down the sideline, and just remember feeling good about that because the team felt good about that.
I thought you were going to say your rookie year, week 16 at Lambeau against the Titans. You guys were 11-3, they were 10-4. You had over 100 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that one's a close second. It's a close second. The first 2 touchdowns, Lambeau Field. The only thing that, is we had no fans because it was COVID. And I feel like Lambeau with no fans, it's not really Lambeau. That's what makes Lambeau so great. But definitely in close second.
Yeah. So also out of your 4 years, if you had to pick one teammate, who would you pick as your favorite?
That's tough, but I know I'll give you an answer. I'm trying to think. I got a lot of great teammates, a lot of good friends. I would say, in all honesty, I'd say probably Jordan Love. And I always go back and forth between a couple of guys. I got a bunch of really great friends, which is awesome. But I'd say Jordan because from the start of me joining the Packers, I knew him before. We got drafted together. We texted draft night. We trained for months and months before that, getting ready for the draft and the combine, and joked around, played ping pong, played pool. There's just a bunch of stuff like you do as becoming friends with somebody, and you had no idea where we're gonna end up. And to I've always been there. He's been with me when for his first 3 years he didn't play really at all, and I was playing. And now it's funny flipping the script. This year I'm on IR. He's playing. He's the man, and he's doing so well. So it's just cool how a friendship kind of develops and evolves, and you just root so much for the other one.
Good answer. Speaking of teammates, for the first 3 years, shared the backfield with Aaron Jones.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like? What connection did you guys get?
He's, like I said, he would have been a close number second there if you'd asked. And some days I say Aaron, some days I say Jordan. Just all up in the wind. But Aaron's awesome. It was just his birthday yesterday. Him and Aaron Rodgers share a birthday, which was always fun in the facility. With everybody walking like, "Hey, Aaron, happy birthday!" And they both look. No, he's a great guy. He's exactly what you want as a teammate. And looking back at it, I was kind of thrust into a room there with him and Jamal Williams, the 2 great leaders who really kind of helped me as a young rookie. Never been to the Midwest besides playing in college games, and never been to Green Bay, obviously. Just kind of really understand in a time where there's no fans and it was COVID and a lot of weird stuff going around. He was a great role model for me to look up to as a young player and as a young man, and got to know his family really well. We were not roommates, neighbors for a little bit. He literally lived from me to you if the house was split by this much grass. So he literally lived right across the street, and he was an awesome guy, and still is an awesome guy, obviously. But he plays for a team in purple that we don't like very much.
You don't like very much. So the next question that I have for you, not really question, but I know that you're on IR. What is it like every Sunday, Monday, or Thursday not being able to go out on that field? And what do you normally do to help the team from the sidelines?
Yeah, it's tough, and it's gotten a little easier now because now we're toward the back end of the season. But honestly, the first couple weeks, you kind of are just helpless. You're like, I don't know what I'm doing. The entire from the age I started playing football when I was 9, maybe 8. So from 9 years old till 26.
6.
Yeah, to 20. Yeah, forgetting how old I am. Till 26. I've always been on that regimen, that schedule, pretty much. So this is when you play football. This is when you do this. This is when you don't. And to just be like, all right, well, you're on IR. You kind of got everything's up to you. You can be as a part of the team or not a part of the team as you want because you're out for the season. uh, do your recovery, but then when you're recovered, it's kind of like, well, you still got to wait because you're not ready to get back to playing. And so you're just trying to figure out, what do I do all day? Like, you can only play so many video games, you can only watch so much TV, you can only, everything in access is too much. And people are always like, even when I was playing and we're in camp, I'm like, man, I can't wait for a day off. But then you get all those days off and you're like, I need to go back to work. So, um, I think just being able to provide experience to a lot of those guys on the team. We do have the youngest team in the league. The running backs that we have, obviously excluding Josh Jacobs, there hasn't been a lot of game experience within our room. And so to just be around the facility, sometimes when they have questions about a play, like I know that offense like the back of my hand. I'm like, oh, this is this. Or if we're playing a good team with a certain type of blitzer or a certain defense, I can give from experience how to pick this up, what they should do, what they should look at. On the sideline, when guys come off, they ask me, hey, like, what did you see on that run? Did you see anything? Sometimes you don't always want the coach's perspective. You want somebody who's actually been through it. And so that's what I just kind of try to provide and offer those guys. But more than anything, just try to provide some juice. We always talk about juice in sports and excitement. And when I'm out there, I still get just as nervous at those game-winning field goals or whatever it is as everybody who's out there playing. So just kind of trying to provide that encouragement and that juice on the sideline.
Another thing, since we're the youngest team in the league, we don't have a single player over 30 since Preston Smith went to the Steelers. So that's an achievement. So we got a lot of guys to be there for a while and help our team.
Yeah.
So next we're going to go on to your foundation, the Dillon Family Foundation, as you can see on your shirt. Got the drip.
You got to. 101.
So, we know that your foundation is about helping people who are food insecure, and as you always say, everyone always know where their next meal is coming from. Why is it important to you to help that?
I think there's numerous great causes and organizations and things, and there's endless amount of support that can be given. But I think me and my wife, we tried to figure out the roots of just kind of a lot of problems. And I feel like one thing that you can try to help out with is, just getting a family together, just getting, having that nutrition for the day, attacking the day. You need food, you need nutrients, you need to feel good. Your body needs to feel good. And, when we got here, we had worked with some nonprofits and some organizations in the area and kind of seen what an impact we could do when we're raising meals and when we're doing things. And so to attach our name onto that, and we're big foodies too, so we like to eat, so it's very organic for us, no pun intended. And food reference, come on, you can know. But my point is, it was just it's great to do that and great to help out. And, in any way we can, we feel like you start your day and you end your day with some food, so it's great.
You should start a cooking show.
Would you help? Would you come on?
Yes, but I might not eat it.
What can you cook, though?
I can cook pancakes in the microwave.
Perfect.
That's one.
That's good.
I'm
a good Eggo waffle guy.
Kid cuisines.
There you go.
And basically I can make cereal.
Cereal's tougher. So fun. We're going to go a little off script here. One of my friends in high school, I went to a prep school, so I lived there. And I kid you not, he would take his bowl of milk, put the milk in first, which is already diabolical. Then he would take his milk and he would put it in the microwave, and he would warm it up. He wanted warm milk, and then he would put the cereal in. So it was like crunchy cereal and warm milk at the bottom, and the top cereal he would eat, even though it wasn't all wet. It was all over the place. But anytime somebody talks about making cereal, that's what I think about.
I'm going to tell the camera right now, don't do that.
I do not recommend.
Don't recommend. Don't try this at home. So, next question. What influenced you to start the foundation?
I think it was really a lot of things we talked about earlier on the podcast. Just my mom being a mentor and kind of emphasizing her selflessness, having the platform that I do and trying to do good with it, and also really feeling at home here in Wisconsin and in this community, just really trying to figure out what was the need and how can we help and how can we help a large group of people. And instead of getting too small into very small details, things that everybody needs, food and empowering families, giving them the resources and things that they need to be there for one another. I feel like you bring everybody together is only a great thing. It's awesome going into the holidays, Thanksgiving or I won't say that because I don't know when it's dropping, but we'll just cut it there.
Okay, so now we're going to get into your nickname. Of course, everyone should know that your nickname is Quadzilla, and you have a book about Quadzilla finds his footing. What influenced you to make that book?
Yeah, I feel like I'm just giving you the same repetitive answer, but once again, my mom is she was a school teacher growing up. She was my 6th grade teacher. Do not try at home. So that was tough, but education, reading and writing were always my strong suits, but education was always big in our household. And when I had my son, or when I knew I was having my son, I was trying to figure out ways to kind of honor him or be able to pass something down to him. And what I did was put that book in place, and it's about trying new things. And it was awesome trying new things with your friends. I feel like a lot of books are about somebody tries something and then they're instantly great. It was cool to write a book about Quadzilla, this monster, trying something, failing, trying something, which is football. He's great, but the story's not over. He still wants to continue to try and still have fun at things he's not necessarily good at, but wants to get better at with his friends.
So if you want to say it to the camera, you can. How can we find your book? How can we purchase it?
You can find Quadzilla Finds His Footing on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local bookstores in Green Bay, the Packers Pro Shop, or anywhere you want. The internet is the World Wide Web. You can find me on there somewhere. If not, hit me up. We'll get you one.
Next, I heard on a source that one of your quads is 34 inches.
Yes.
Is that true?
In my prime, it was. Still might be.
So last night, my mom measured me, and I'm 34 inches. Not how tall I am, how big my quads are. And I ain't lying, dude. Hands down, 34 inches around, I'm 34 inches. So I'm the same size as you.
I've slimmed up a little bit since that season, but it was cool. We did ESPN. We did an article because we were going to London. We were playing Saquon Barkley, or the Giants, and Saquon Barkley when he was there. And obviously people call him Saquad and things like that. And so they gave us tape measures in the locker room. Him in New York, me in Green Bay, we measured him.
Who won?
I did. I had bigger quads. We put that thing to rest, and it was awesome. We jersey swapped after the game, and on my I have a jersey wall with some people I've jersey swapped with, and on there he wrote to the Quad King. So the crown was passed for anybody asking. And then Derrick Henry too. He wrote to Quadzilla, so they know who's got the quads, all right?
Okay, so now we're going to get into some bonus action.
I love it.
So I know that you love video games, and you love it, and I know you were talking about it with your injury before, that's what you sometimes do when you don't have time. Do you have Fortnite?
I have it downloaded, but I haven't played it in a while.
You should 1v1 me.
Okay, we can 1v1.
Frank,
No build or build?
If it's build, then I'll beat you.
Okay.
So you better get prepared.
All right. I like a challenge. I'm a man of my word. I will 1v1 you, but I'm not losing.
What's your favorite video game?
Favorite video game all time? Even like an old school game?
Yes.
It's not really that old school, but I'd say Skyrim back in like
Never heard of
PlayStation 4. Well, you gotta look it up, man. You get cultured. I'll send you a copy. Skyrim. It's like a medieval game, but might have been in like middle school, and I put hours and hours into that. Anytime I got like a winter break or something like Christmas break or something like that, I was on that thing, and I probably got like a scary amount of time in there, probably like a month's worth of game time. It's bad.
And that's what I am on on during Christmas break. That's how much I'm.
It's awesome. You got to take advantage of your time. Yeah.
Wait, because
I would argue. I'm gonna make a bold statement here, and the teachers and educators out there. My mom hates when I say this, but I would argue that playing video games, to an extent, depending on what video game it is more beneficial sometimes than reading a book.
Thank you.
You are
I needed.
you doing like cognitive skills. You're reading things on the screen. You're problem solving. You are interacting with other people, having conversation. If you're just sitting and you're not active in either one. You're sitting there on the couch either way. So I'm just saying there's some science to it. Not every game, obviously, but some games, especially those like story games. Maybe.
Okay, so a fun fact that I learned today: Fortnite helps with being a head surgeon. I'm not even kidding.
Really?
It is like the same like thing like help it like that you had to do to think with being a head surgeon. I'm not even kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll show you the book that I read it in. It's true, and I think and like I try to tell my mom, like you can win $3 million from this in
Yeah.
the Fortnite World Cup. Like
Yep.
this is a profit.
There are some people making a lot of money. I think like right now you can make a lot of money doing almost anything if you really work at it,
Yeah.
honestly. So I mean, I'm all for people turning passions and hobbies into careers, businesses, but it's still just as much work doing anything. So
Yeah. So, I know also you love Legos.
hmm
If you had to pick like a theme of Legos for like Marvel or like Lego City,
yeah,
what's your, favorite theme?
I'd go Star Wars. And I'm not even the biggest. I'm not a Star Wars hater, but I'm not. I couldn't tell you like every single movie and every part and every character. But that was. I remember growing up. I remember getting a Lego set, and I got like a very small Lego Star Wars thing. And I remember saving money and going to. I think Toys R Us was still a thing back then. I think they're back. I think Toys R Us is coming back.
Well, there's a mini shop in like the
That doesn't count.
in the airport in Orlando.
No, Toys R Us is a big shop.
Do you have the Millennium Falcon?
I
Star
don't.
Wars?
I do not, but that would be on the bucket list.
Get it for your birthday in May.
Maybe I'll try. May 2nd, be 27, the big Millennium Falcon.
So is there any other hobbies that you like doing in your free time?
I like trading cards. Really like trading cards. I've been doing a lot with that.
What's your most valuable card?
I've got a couple Shohei Ohtani rookies, so he's a big deal. And then I'd say more valuable to probably most of the listeners here, I would assume are mostly Wisconsin, or at least a good basis in Wisconsin. I got a Jordan Love. When we first came in, I was like, I know you're going to be a beast one day. So I got a bunch of rookie cards. I brought them all to him and had him sign them at his house back in rookie year when like everybody was like, Jordan Love, he's just going to sit on the bench forever. And so I got all those sent and graded, and I just got a stack in the safe, like probably 100, just sitting there that are really cool. I got one. I was friends with Justin Herbert, or still am friends with Justin Herbert.
There's no way. I'm not even kidding. Last night I was like, I was like, what do I think his most valuable card to be? And I said a signed rookie Justin Herbert. I'm not even kidding.
So I do you one better. It's a Panini Contenders card from 2020, and this one doesn't come signed. So it's Jordan Love here, and it's Justin Herbert here. I knew them both, so I had Jordan Love signed by his name and write 101. I had Justin Herbert signed by it and put 101. And I had to get graded.
From?
1 of 1, so like 1/1. So when you're collecting cards,
101.
yeah, just like the more rare, obviously. But there's only one of those in the entire world, so that's sitting in my house.
Got a lot of good sports cards.
You know, I try. I got a lot of my cards too.
Also, since you're a football player, do you just every once in a while do you just go up to your team and say, "Can I have your signature on this card?"
Sometimes I always have to preface guys, this is just I'm a nerd out real quick. Like, this is just my hobby, and I really do keep these. I don't sell any of my teammates' cards. If it's somebody else on the other team, those can get sold. But my guys, I keep hold on to those, and so I'm actually doing people call it chasing a rainbow. So with each card, there's another variation, different colors or different rarity. And so Tucker Kraft is a good friend, and when he came here as a rookie, I got to know him a lot. And last year I started when this product came out. There's 33 different variations of the same exact card, and I have 30 of the 33 right now.
Which ones do you need left?
I need one of one, and I'm in talks with the
Gotcha.
person. I'm in talks with the person who has it, so I'm just hoping they don't charge me as much as they possibly can because they know I need it. And then there's 2 other ones that should be pretty easy. I just gotta wait for
Gotcha, and I gotcha.
Perfect. And then I got a display. I might give it to him eventually as a gift, but it'll just be cool to finish it.
Now we got 3 jokes. Do you have time?
Oh, I got plenty.
Okay. So my first joke is, why did the football team need a little ghost?
Need a little ghost? So they didn't get booed?
No.
Oh, dang. Thought I
They
got
had
it.
a little team spirit.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's good. I give you that.
Next joke. It's holiday season. I heard that the Bears want to put up a nativity scene, but they didn't have 3 wise men.
That's good.
I heard the Joker 2 came out. I'm not going to attend it because if I want to watch clowns dance around for 2 hours, I could watch the Eagles. Let's be real.
That's pretty good. I like those. You let out strong.
So, that's it.
Whoa,
but
whoa, whoa,
we gotta
whoa, whoa.
finish off.
I got a joke.
Oh,
Yep. It's more of a
right
riddle.
back at me.
What is the color of the wind?
What's the color of the wind?
The wind?
The wind is in a color.
Blue. Let's go. I'm 1 for 1. All right.
Well, I'm 3 for 3.
No.
That's practically it. But how is your connection to club and going there as you grew up made you a better person?
I think it's made me a better person in a lot of ways. I think it's given me a unique perspective to just kind of understand what a lot of kids are doing after schools and things like that, and the need for awesome resources that are here and within these facilities. And you got so much that is offered, but there's so much more things. You can really never have enough for an awesome place like this, and just to provide the most you can for kids and have an opportunity to do a podcast or a comic book or just play in the gym, just have some extra balls and just simple things like that. So I think for me, being part of it and growing up and having a mother as an educator and everything like that, I think it really gives me the unique experience of being able to really connect with what I'm also trying to provide resources for.
I love that answer. I'm going to tell the community right now, if you need your child to go somewhere after school, the club is the best place for that. So you could just talk to Ben about that. That's the best place for it.
Talk to Ben.
Talk to Ben. Okay, so that's basically it. Thank you for coming here. It means a lot. That's now number 4.
The fourth quarter with Bex.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
So, to end it off,